and we'll go in reverse order. So we currently have Mildenhall on 0. Felixstowe are on 59. Then we have Hadley on 101. Leiston are on 147. We've got Team Waveney on 185. Deben on 335. Stowmarket on 397. Newmarket on 556. West Suffolk on 794. St Felix on 948. And Team Ipswich on 1,797.
So, good morning everybody. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the session 7 this bright Sunday morning. We are going to start off with welcoming our officials to the deck area. The championships requires lots of officials to work efficiently, so please put your hands together to welcome all of the officials to the pool. They do an absolutely fantastic job, and we couldn't have our swimmers here competing without them. So we need a good number of officials to run the meet as per the licence. So we have about 30 here today. If anybody is interested, and this is for all of those parents watching from home and anybody who here, if you're interested in becoming an official, it's a very simple process. There's an online course that you can do, which is your Judge Level 1. And information can be found at the East Region website, where you click on the tab for swimming and technical officials. Now, I'd just like to introduce the lead referee, which is Podge. And we have our head referees, Chris Vinter, Chris Bellwood, and David Robinson. And we have Louise Coleman, who is our starter today. So good morning everybody, we are ready to get going. So this is event 701, which is the boys 10 and over 100 metre butterfly. This will be swum in 7 heats and this is the first heat. In lane 1 we have Jacob Wild from Newmarket, in 2 Oliver Butt from Deben, in 3 Jack Bridle from Team Waveney, in 4 Orlando Whiting from St Felix, 5 is Toby Glenister, St Felix, 6 Finley Blagg from Stowmarket, 7 is Aidan Scott from St Felix, and 8 Dylan Lamble from Stowmarket. So very even coming out of the first turn in the middle lanes. Looks like it might be lane 3, which is the green hat of Jack from Team Waveney. Just got a small lead over lane 5, which is Toby Glenister. So turning into the second half of the race, and a good turn from Jack, who's just extended his lead a little bit. There's a good race going on for second place in lanes 4 and 5. It looks to be lane 5, which is Toby Glenister, just ahead of Orlando Whiting. And it is Jack in lane 3, the green hat, who turns for the last 25. But really close for those second places in 4, 5 and 6. And it looks like 6, that is Finley Blagg, has had a great turn and he's just come into second place, but coming in to the wall to touch first, having led from the beginning, is the green hat of Jack Biddle from Team Waveney. And real fight for second place, but it looks like it's going to be lane 6, that is Finley Blagg from Stowmarket, and in third place Orlando Whiting from St Felix, just ahead of his teammate. Great swim, boys. We are on to heat 2 of the boys 10 and over 100 metre butterfly. In lane 1 we have Matthew Foster from Leiston, in 2 is Oscar Frost from Leiston, 3 Will Riley from Team Ipswich, 4 is Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk, 5 is Evan Aldridge, St Felix, 6 Alexander Gaydon, Team Ipswich, 7 is Joseph Clark, St Market, and 8 Jack Battle, also from Stowmarket. So it looks like out in front at the moment is lane 5, that is Evan Aldridge from St Felix, and he's being chased down by lane 4 from West Suffolk, that's Samuel Chamberlain, and it looks like lane 5 is going to turn, that's Evan Aldridge, closely followed by Samuel Chamberlain. So these two, but a great turn from lane 1, Matthew Foster. And we've also got lane 3 in the blue hat, that is Will Riley. So coming into the final 25, really close on the turn. We've got 4 boys turning all at the same time, so it's all in the last 25. We've got a great turn from lane 5, that's Evan Aldridge. He looks to be just out in front, but lane 4, that's Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk chasing him down, and it's going to be right on the wall. It looks like Samuel might just get the touch with this, and he does. So that's Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk ahead of Evan Aldridge from St Felix, and Will Riley from Team Ipswich touching third. We're on to heat 3 of the boys 100 metre butterfly. In lane 1 is Sam Everett from Newmarket. In 2, Thomas Walker, Team Waveney. In 3, Ben Every, St Felix. In 4, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. In 5, Samuel Black, Stowmarket. In 6, Harry Alexander, Team Ipswich. 7 is Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich. And 8, Kieran Strike from Team Waveney. So it looks like lane 6 with the blue hat, that's Harry Alexander just out in front. And we've got a race on just behind him. It's going to be Harry that turns first, but close behind him is Ben Every from St Felix. Now, really close race going into the second half. Too early to call. Great length from lane 2 in the green hat, which is Thomas Walker. So it looks like lane 3, 4 and 2 turning together. But a great turnout in lane 6 in the blue hat and also the green hat of Team Waveney. So we've got Daniel in 4, we have Harry Alexander in 6, but it looks like the green hat in lane 4, which is Daniel Turner from Team Waveney, followed by Ben Every from St Felix, and in lane 6, Harry Alexander, Team Ipswich. We're on to heat 4 of the boys' 100 metre butterfly.
Or whatever you've got, basically.
In lane 1 we have Samuel Talbot from Deben. In 2, Noah Mann, Newmarket. In 3, Charlie Payne, Newmarket. In 4, Alex Hurrup, Team Ipswich. In 5, Lloyd Batterson, Team Waveney. In 6, Stu Gunner, St Felix. In 7, Marcus Mucosa, St Felix. And in 8, Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich. So out in front at the moment with a small lead, it looks like lane 7, which is Marcus Mucosa. And we've also got the white hat in lane 5, that's Lloyd Batterson. So it looks to be between these 2 lanes at the moment, but very early. We've got the blue hat of Alex Hurrup on the shoulder of Lloyd Batterson with a white hat. Those 2 in the centre, looking to turn first. So going into the last 25, it's Alex Hurrup in the blue hat that comes up first. He's now leading the field just in front of Lloyd Batterson. Coming into the last few metres, it looks like it's going to be Alex Hurrup, and it is lane 4, Alex Hurrup from Team Ipswich ahead of Lloyd Batterson, Team Waveney, and in 3rd place, Stu Gunner, St Felix. We're on to heat 5 of the boys' 100 metre butterfly. In lane 1 we have Harvey Hall. In 2 is Marin de Villiers, St Felix. In 3, William Ellard, St Felix. In 4, Matthew Baker, West Suffolk. In 5, Miles Turner, West Suffolk. In 6, Daniel Clayton, Team Ipswich. In 7, Matthew Debenham, Team Ipswich. And in 8, Jack Osborne is in Deben. And we've got lane 4 turning first. That is Matthew Baker from West Suffolk. And he is half a body length ahead as we go into the halfway point. So Matthew is being chased by William Ellard. And also we've got lane 2 coming up. So lane 4 leading, that's Matthew leading, William Ellard and Marin turning in 2nd and 3rd. But it looks like a really strong race from Matthew, and he's extended his lead in the middle of the pool. But the race is on for 2nd at the moment, either side of Matthew. That's Miles Turner and William Ellard But it looks like Matthew is going to come in first with a clear margin. So that's Matthew from West Suffolk. In second place, William Ellard, St Felix. And third is Miles Turner, West Suffolk. We are on to heat 6 of the boys 100 metre butterfly. In lane 1, we have Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich. In 2, Luca Page, West Suffolk. In 3, Robbie Brindley, West Suffolk. In 4, Thomas Page, West Suffolk. In 5, Jack Pallant, Team Waveney. 6 is Joseph Kenny, St Felix. 7, Connor Houston, Deben. And in 8, Finley Blake, Team Ipswich. And it's lanes 3 in front. And we have got lanes 4 just coming into turn at the halfway mark. And then second place, lanes 3, 4, 3, 5 and 6, sorry. Really close race. A great turn from lane 3. This is still anybody's race. Looks like Thomas Page is going to be going into the final turn, just ahead of the other competitors. And there's a real race going on here. Lanes 4 and 5. So we've got Thomas Page from West Suffolk, Jack Pallant in the white hat of Team Waveney, and into the wall it is going to be Thomas Page from West Suffolk first, Jack Pallant from Team Waveney second, and Joseph Kenny, St Felix third. We are on to the 7th and final heat of the boys 100 metre butterfly. In lane 1, we have August Stevens, Newmarket. 2 is Matthew Brown, Stowmarket. 3, Thomas Boyd, Felixstowe. 4, Jake Thomas, Mansfield, West Suffolk. 5 is Elliot Cook, Team Ipswich. 6, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. And in lane 8, Nathan Birkenhow is St Felix. So lanes 4 and 5 turning first. That is Jake Thomas, Mansfield and Elliot Cook. Really close coming into the wall. So we've got lanes 4, 5 and 6 turning first. And coming out of the turn, it is lane 4. That's Jake from West Suffolk. But there's a real race going on, and he's being chased down by lane 3. That's Thomas Boyd from Felixstowe, but it is 4 turning first, followed by 3 and 5. So really tight. Lane 4 leading from West Suffolk, followed by Elliot Cook from Team Ipswich, but it looks that a clear win for Jake Thomas Mansfield from West Suffolk. Lane 5 is Elliot Cook, Team Ipswich, and in lane 6, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk.
So we will drift off now to event 702, the girls 50 metre breaststroke, and we will start with heat number 1. Over to you, referee. Then away we go with heat number 1. In lane number 2, it's Amelia Bestwick from Newmarket. In lane number 3, it's Sana Musa Kurash from Team Ipswich. In lane number 4, it's Daisy Hills from St Felix. Lane number 5, Erin Millen from Stowmarket. Lane number 6 is Millie Cooper from St Felix. And in lane number 7, Harriet Townend from Stowmarket. It looked like Daisy Hill from St Felix just turning But in lane number 7, Harriet Townham from Stowmarket. The great second 25 from Harriet over there in lane number 7. Into the red zone first, but it's a race between St Felix. It's lane number 7. It is Harriet who takes that first heat in a time of 56.76, so a massive PB there for Harriet. Great swimming, girls. And we're off to heat number 2. It's over to you, referee. So off and away we go with heat number 2. In lane number 1, it's Gracie Reed from Team Waveney. In lane number 2, it's Annie Jarvis from Team Ipswich. Lane 3 is Tess Berry from Felixstowe. In lane number 4, it's Iolanthe Alty from Team Ipswich. In lane number 5, it's Violet Freezer from Team Ipswich. Lane 6, Evie Pearson-Farrow from Team Ipswich. And in lane 7, we've got Catelyn Millen from Stowmarket. Lane 8 is Sophie Knight from Hadley. And out there ahead at the moment is Iolanthe Alty from Team Ipswich. Stealing a march from Sophie Knight over in lane 8 from Hadley. But it's lane number 4 taking heat number 2 in a time of 51.39. Another great PB there. And away we go to heat number 3. It's over to you, referee. Away we go with heat number 3. In lane number 1, it's Rosie Perry from West Suffolk. In lane number 2, it's Nellie Snowden from Team Ipswich. Lane 3 is Maylee Jackett from Felixstowe. In lane number 4, it's Amelia Rowe from West Suffolk. Lane 5 is Casey Hopwell Campion from Newmarket. In lane number 6, it's Isabel Bryan from Team Ipswich. Lane 7, Maggie Marshall from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 8, Lola Rose Curtin from Team Waveney. After the first 25 metres, it's lanes 3, 4 and 5 all in contention. Francesca, Bailey's, Emily and Casey. The red hat from Casey from Newmarket battling out with the West Suffolk swimmer in lane number 4. It is lane number 4. Amelia Rowe from West Suffolk taking that in a time of 48.28. Great racing, girls. And we are off to heat number 4. Over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 4. In lane number 1, it's Annabelle Wan from Felixstowe. Lane 2 is Polly Ruddle from Team Ipswich. Lane 3 is Francesca Thompson from Team Waveney. Lane number 4 is Matilda Cater for Team Waveney. Lane number 5, Erin Lawrence from Team Ipswich. Lane 6, India Clement from West Suffolk. Lane 7, Ellie Payne from Newmarket. And in lane number 8, Amelia Armstrong from Stowmarket. After the first 25 metres, the swimmer in lane number 3, Francesca Thompson from Team Waveney, stealing a march ahead of the Ipswich swimmer. Erin Lawrence coming into the red zone just first. It looks like she might take this just ahead of the Waveney swimmer. It is lane number 5, Erin Lawrence from Team Ipswich, taking it in a time of 47.85 with a fantastic PB. So just to let you know that the finalists for the 100-metre butterfly are up on the wall, but we will need any withdrawals by 10:40. So that's withdrawals by 10:40. So away we go to heat number 5. It's over to you, referee. And away we go with heat number 5. In lane number 1, it's Sophie Merton from Team Ipswich. Lane number 2 is Isla Coakley from Team Ipswich. Lane 3 is Brooke Coping from West Suffolk. Lane 4 is Isabel McNicholas from Deben. In lane number 5, Selena Green from St Felix. Lane 6 is Freya May from Leiston. Lane 7, Ellie Norton from Felixstowe. And in lane number 8, it's Emily Turner from St Felix School. And at the moment, it's the swimmer in lane number 5, Selena Green from St Felix, who's leading this after the first 25 and pushing hard, but being chased down there in lane number 4 by Isabel McNichols from Devens. Still, the St Felix swimmer looks to enter the red zone first. She's going to move into the position, spotting her finish. In lane number 5, Selena Green, it's hers to lose, as she takes it in a time of 46.99. So off to heat number 6. And away we go in with heat number 6. In lane number 2, it's Amelia Harrison from Stowmarket. Lane 3 is Izzy Gedda from Team Ipswich. Lane 4, Lily Hills from St Felix. Lane 5 is Gusto Radiante from Newmarket. In lane number 6 is Felicity Morris from Leiston. Lane 7 is Eden Benwan from Mildenhall. In lane number 8, Evie Sinclair from Deben. And on the turn there, looked like the swimmer out there in number 8, Evie Sinclair from Deben, just leading this from lane 6, Felicity Morris from Leiston. It looks like lane 8 might take this. It's lane 6, Felicity Morris from Leiston, taking that in a time of 46.41. Great racing. So away we go to heat number 7. It's over to you, referee. And away we go with heat number 7. In lane number 1, it's Amelia Garnham from Team Ipswich. Lane 2 is Emily Sinclair from West Suffolk. Lane number 3, it's Nina Allen from Newmarket. Lane number 4, it's Samantha Martinello from Newmarket. In the lane number 5, Amelia Lewis from Team Ipswich. Lane 6 is Liberty Morris from Leiston. Lane 7, Emma Longgrove from Mildenhall. Lane number 8, Charlotte Catchpole from Leiston. And after the first 25, it looks like the swimmer in lane number 5, the Ipswich swimmer, the Ipswich swimmer, Amelia Lewis in lane 5, marching through this heat, taking a time of 42.28. Fantastic PB there from the Ipswich swimmer in lane number 5, but great racing, girls. As we drift off to heat number 8, it's over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 8. In lane number 1, it's Isabel Wedlake from Felixstowe. In lane number 2, Nicole Taylor from St Felix. Lane 3 is Lottie Hitchcock from Team Ipswich. Lane 4 is Mia Thompson from Team Waveney. Lane number 5 is Chloe Dockrell from West Suffolk. Lane 6, Francesca Barber from Stowmarket. Lane 7 is Josie Howe from Deben. And in lane number 8 is Bethany Crawley from Team Ipswich. And it looks to be the swimmer in lane number 3, Lottie Hitchcock from Team Ipswich, but the swimmer out there in lane number 8, Bethany Crawley, great last 15 from her. It is the swimmer in lane, taking it from lane number 8, Bethany Crawley, in a time of 39.41, absolutely smashing her PB, an entry time of 45.81. So just a disqualification report, event 702, heat number 2, lane number 3 for a technical infraction. And event number 702, heat number 2, lane number 7 for a technical infraction. And we go off to heat number 9, it's over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 9. In lane number 1, it's Eva Howlett from Team Waveney. Lane 2 is Amy Burgess from Team Ipswich. Lane 3, Imogen Ball from Team Waveney. Lane 4 is Adjo Rogento from Newmarket. Lane 5 is Florence Talbot from Newmarket. Lane 6 is Lily Steele from Team Ipswich. Lane 7, Charlotte Kelly, Team Ipswich. Lane 8 is Layla Dowland from Leiston. At the moment, the swimmer, Adria from Newmarket, in lane number 4, stealing the march after the turn, heading back for the final 25. A strong swim here from the Newmarket swimmer. She's going to take this from lane number 4, taking it a time of 39.15. Again, some great PBs swum by the swimmers here today. And another one by the Newmarket swimmer from lane number 4. Great heat. So we are now ready for heat number 10. It's over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 10. In lane number 1 is Florence Davies from Deben. Lane 2 is Rebecca Brown from Stowmarket. Lane 3, Eloise Manton from West Suffolk. Lane number 4 is Gracie Robinson from St Felix. Lane number 5, Grace Mutton from Team Ipswich. Lane number 6 is Georgie Langford from Leiston. Lane number 7, Ella Deaton from Newmarket. Lane number 8 is Nicola Pedelti from Team Ipswich. And at the moment, it's a stonking swim there in lane number 1 from the Deben swimmer, Florence Davies. She's stolen just a little bit of a march, but a strong last 10 metres there from the St Felix swimmer in lane number 4. She's going to hit the red zone just ahead. Gracie Robinson from St Felix is hers. Can she take on the touch? She doesn't. Swimmer from lane 2, Rebecca Brown from Stowmarket with a fantastic last 5 metres. Great racing. And away we go to heat number 11. It's over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 11. In lane number 1, it's Poppy Cater from Team Waveney. Lane number 2 is Kira Broad from West Suffolk. Lane 3 is Beatrice Szymanski from West Suffolk. In lane number 4, Phoebe Mellon from Newmarket. Lane number 5 is LEC Pooley from West Suffolk. In lane number 6 is Erin Barber from Newmarket. Lane 7, Amelia Johnson from St Felix. And in lane number 8 is Hannah McNicholas from Deben. And at the moment it's the swimmer out there, Amelia Johnson from St Felix. In lane number 7, she looks like she's going to get into the red zone first, but a great move there from the West Suffolk swimmer. In lane number 5, it is actually lane number 7, Amelia Johnson from St Felix, who touches first in a time of 39.03. Great racing. As we drift off to heat number 12, it's over to you, referee. Away we go with heat number 12. In lane number 1, it's Casey Stebbings from Stowmarket. Lane number 2 is Emma Arnold from Hadley. Lane number 3 is Rosie Romanas from Team Ipswich. Lane 4, Chloe Knight from Hadley. Lane number 5, Amelia Saunders from Leiston. In lane number 6 is Kira Turner from Team Waveney. In lane number 7 is Chloe Armstrong, Team Ipswich. And in lane number 8, Darcy Gladwell from Team Ipswich. And on the turn, looking to come home, it's the swimmer out there in lane number 6. Kira Turner from Team Waveney, just slightly ahead of the Team Ipswich swimmer next. So she's into the red zone. Who's going to spot the finish first? This is anyone's race. It is lane number 6 and Kira Turner from Team Waveney in a time of 39.37. Fantastic racing from all the swimmers. And away we drift to heat number 13. It's over to you, referee. And away we are with heat number 13. In lane number 1, it's Holly Ridgeon from Leiston. Lane number 2 is Erica Benedetti from Stowmarket. Lane 3 is Gigi Gebhard from Team Ipswich. In lane number 4, it's Annabelle Nichols from Leyston. Lane 5, Alice Clark from West Suffolk. Lane 6 is Esme Springham from Deben. Lane 7, Connie Davis from Deben. Lane 8 is Sophie Quinton, also from Deben. This is a flat race at the moment. So many swimmers in contention here. It's anyone's pick. The 3 Deben swimmers from lane 8, 7 and 6. The West Suffolk swimmer looking to come back. Who's going to touch this? It's lane number 5. Alice Clark from West Suffolk. So many swimmers on a time of 38 clumped together. Fantastic racing. And we trot off to heat number 14. It is over to you, referee. And away we go with heat number 14. In lane number 1, it's Rosie Brooks from St Felix. Lane 2 is Ellie Catchpole from Leyston. Lane number 3 is Tanya Alexandra from Team Waveney. Lane 4 is Natalie Sanford from St Felix. Lane 5 is Keris Williams from West Suffolk. Lane number 6 is Lucy Hutchinson from West Suffolk. Lane 7 is Georgina Stokes from Newmarket. And in lane number 8, it's Emily Cutting from West Suffolk. And on paper, the swimmer to beat is Natalie Sanford, the St Felix swimmer. And she's out ahead, but she's being pushed hard here from the West Suffolk swimmer, Keris Williams, all the way to the line. It is lane number 4, Natalie Sanford, who takes heat number 14 in a time of 34.77. And off we go to heat number 15. It's over to you, referee. And away we go with the penultimate heat of this girls' 50-metre breaststroke. Lane number 1, Clementine Lovell from Team Ipswich. Lane 2 is Evie Armstrong, Team Ipswich. Lane 3 is Imogen Gotch from West Suffolk. Lane 4 is Charlotte Sanford from St Felix. Lane 5, Kathleen McNicholas from Deben. In lane number 6 is Lizzie Beamer from Deben. Lane 7 is Madeline Poole from Leyston. In lane number 8, Elizabeth Wright from West Suffolk. And here they come, Charlotte Sanford in the middle there in lane number 4 from West Suffolk, working hard against the Deben swimmer in lane number 5. Kathleen McNicholas, who's going to take it on the touch? It is a lane number 4, Charlotte Sanford from St Felix in a time of 35.42. Great racing. And away we go to the final heats. It's heat number 16. Over to you, referee. And away we go with heat number 16. In lane number 1, it's Georgia Denham from Hadley. Lane number 2, it's Matilda Bogle from Team Ipswich. Lane 3, Elijah Britton from St Felix. Lane 4 is Beth Young from Team Ipswich. Lane 5 is Ellen Duffield from Team Ipswich. Lane 6 is Laura Alexandra High from Team Ipswich. Lane 7 is Ellie Burwood from St Felix. And in lane number 8, it's Amber Ridgeon from Leyston. But on the turn there in lane number 4, the Ipswich swimmer Beth Young are looking very strong as she comes into the red zone. She looks favoured to take this. She is favoured to take this in a time of 32.76. The Ipswich swimmer Beth Young just outside her PB, but a fantastic swim from Beth in lane number 4. And that concludes the girls' 50-metre breaststroke. So just a couple of disqualification announcements. Event 702, heat number 7, lane number 6 for a technical infraction. Event 702, heat number 7, lane number 5 for a technical infraction. Event 702, heat number 8, lane number 7 for a technical infraction. And event 702, heat number 8, lane number 5, also for a technical infraction. You all right? Are you? Take a breath.
We are on to event 703, which is the boys 10 and over 50-metre backstroke. This is going to be swum in 17 heats, and this is the first heat. So, in this first heat, we have Harrison Supple in lane 3 from St Felix. In lane 4, it's Heath Harrison from Stowmarket. And in lane 5, it's Arash Chopdecker from Team Ipswich. So, coming into the wall for the first turn, it looks like it's going to be lane 3. That's Harrison from St Felix, just turning first. But a really great turn from lane 4. That's Heath Harrison from Stowmarket. And a really great second half of the race, and it looks like Heath Harrison is going to come in and take this heat, which he does in a time of 46.56. We're on to heat 2 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. So in lane 2 we have Cuba Pichet from Team Ipswich. In 3 is Buddy Thane, Team Ipswich. 4 is Finley Miller, Felixstowe. 5 is Evan Harrison from Stowmarket. 6 is Aaron Moses from Team Ipswich. And 7 is Ricardo Coratiquez, Team Ipswich. So it looks like lane 4, that's Finley Miller from Felixstowe, is going to turn first at the halfway mark. And he's being closely followed by the swimmers in lanes 5 and 6, but really strong race from that blue hat in lane 4 from Finley, and he's got a body length on the rest of the swimmers, so he's finishing strongly, and it will be Finley from Felixstowe in a time of 44.39 first. Second is Evan Harrison from Stowmarket, and in third is lane 2, which is Cuba Pichet from Team Ipswich. So we're on to heat 3 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, we have Noah Turner from Leiston. In 2, Dylan Lamble, Stowmarket. In 3, Isaac Edwards, Newmarket. In 4, Leo Wilcox, Felixstowe. In 5, Diggory Davis, Deben. And in 6, Jacob Halliday from Team Waveney. So coming into turn first, it looks like a really strong first 25 from lane 1. That's Noah Turner from Leiston. And having a really great second leg is lane 5. That is Diggory Davis from Deben, and it looks like Diggory is out in front. He's got a good body length ahead of the swimmers either side of him. So it is lane 5, Diggory Davis from Deben in a time of 42.13. Second is Edwards from Newmarket, and third, Leo Wilcox, Felixstowe. We're on to heat 4 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke.
Also just left it.
In lane 1, we have Freddie Nichols from Leiston. In 2, Richard Level from West Suffolk. 3 is Dexter Winterburn, Team Ipswich. 4 is Jake Battle, Stowmarket. 5 is Rex Harrison, Stowmarket. 6 is Jacob N, Stowmarket. 7 is Kyron Williams, Team Ipswich. And 8 is Joshua Blagg from Stowmarket. So it looks like lane 4 is turning well, and also in lane 2. So we've got Richard Level from West Suffolk. He looks to be out in front, but really close in lanes 2 and 4 as they come into the wall. It looks like lane 2, Richard is just going to take it ahead of Jake, but it's really close coming into the wall. But it is Richard Level from West Suffolk in a time of 41.67, followed by Jake Battle from Stowmarket, and in third, Rex Harrison, also Stowmarket. The finals of event 714, which is the girls' 50-metre breaststroke, has now been posted. And with finalists need to withdraw by 11:10, please. We're on to heat 5 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, we have Byron Miller from Hadley. 2 is James Sadler, Hadley. 3 is Janos Sepley from Team Ipswich. Sorry, lane 4 is Janos. Lane 5 is James Whittaker, Team Waveney. 6 is Ethan Wallace, St Felix. And 7 is James Vellicott, also Team Ipswich. Lanes 4 and 6 are going into the wall and turning first. So it looks like lane 4, which is the blue hat of Yanis. Really close though, we've got lanes 6 and 7, so this could be anybody's race. Looks like it might just be lane 4 coming into the wall. So it is Janos, who has a great PB from Team Ipswich, finishes the race in 39.19. Second place is James Vellicott from Team Ipswich in lane 7, and third Ethan Wallace from St Felix. We have got disqualifications to announce. Event 703, Heat 3, Lane 3. 703, Heat 2, Lane 6. And event 703, Heat 2, Lane 5 for a technical infraction. We are on to Heat 6 of the boys' 50-metre breaststroke. In lane 1, we have Fletcherley Flurry, Team Ipswich. 2, Sebastian Collier, Newmarket. 3 is Finley Blagg in Stowmarket. 4 is Rhys Watersham from St Felix. 5 is Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich. 6, Toby Glenister, St Felix. 7 is Harrison Page, West Suffolk. And in lane 8, Tom Phillips, West Suffolk. And we have lane 5, who has had a stonking first 25, who's got a couple of body lengths on the rest of the field. That is Ethan Thompson from Team Ipswich in the blue hat, who is going to come in very strongly, having led from the start. But there's a real battle for second, and it looks like it might be lane 6, really tight. It's actually lane 4. So first we have Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich, in a time of 33.49. Second is lane 4, which is Rhys Watersham, St Felix, and third is lane 6, Toby Glenister, also St Felix. We're on to heat 7 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, we have Hayden Hall from Deben. 2 is Aidan Scott from St Felix. Lane 4 is Oscar Frost from Leiston. 5 is James Took, Team Ipswich. 6, Charlie Ruddle, Team Ipswich. 7, Joseph Halliday, Team Waveney. 8 is Jed Millen from Stowmarket. Looks like lane 1 is coming into turn first at the halfway mark. So lane 1, and it looks like lane 6. Really close race. We've got the yellow hat of Hayden Hall from Deben, but in lane 6, Charlie Ruddle in the blue hat. And it looks like it's going to be lane 6. Great second half from Charlie Ruddle of Team Ipswich in a finish time of 36.36. James Took from Team Ipswich is second, and third is Hayden Hall from Deben. We have got some We've got some disqualifications to announce. Event 703, Heat 5, Lane 2. Event 703, Heat 4, Lane 6. And Event 703, Heat 4, Lane 8, all for technical infractions. We're on to Heat 8 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1 is Attila Moses, Team Ipswich. 2, Kieran Strike, Team Waveney. 3, Liam Nick Matthews, Team Waveney. 4 is Nicholas Barber, Stowmarket. 5 is Harvey Tyrrell, Team Waveney. 6 is Tilo Ruffles Francis, Stowmarket. 7 is Matthew Crystal, Newmarket. And 8, Sam Jackson is from Deben. Lane 5, that is the green hat from Team Waveney. And lane 8 has had a fantastic turn. So it's these swimmers out in front of the other two. And lane 8 is finishing really strongly. It looks like it's going to be lane 8, just in front of lane 5. So that's Sam Jackson from Deben in a time of 34.03. Lane 5 second, Harvey Tyrrell from Team Waveney, and third is lane 4, Nicholas Barber, Stowmarket. We are on to Heat 9 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, James Shipp from Mildenhall. 2 is Matthew Foster from Leiston. 3 is Spencer Batterson, Team Waveney. 4 is Neil Cooken from Newmarket. 5 is Hayden Garrett, Team Waveney. 6 is James Biddle, Team Waveney. 7 is Will Riley, Team Ipswich. 8, Ewan Coakley Team Ipswich. Turning, we have got 3, 4 and 5. Neck and neck, and 6 has had a great turn as well. This race is anybody's at this point, but it looks like it might be lane 6, that green hat of Jack's from Team Waveney, and we've got the red hat in lane 4 coming through from Newmarket, but it is lane 4, that's Emil from Newmarket in a time of 34.14, followed by lane 6, Jack Biddle, Team Waveney, and lane 5, Hayden Garrett, also Team Waveney. We are on to heat 10 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. I'm not getting involved. In lane 1 we have Joseph Clark, Stowmarket. In 2, Orlando Whiting, St Felix. In 4, Finley Cherrington, Team Ipswich. In 5, Aidan Quaquan from Newmarket. In 7, Thomas Walker, Team Waveney, and in 8, Evan Aldridge, St Felix. And it is lane turning first. We've got lanes 4 and 5. That's Finley Cherrington, Team Ipswich in the blue hat, and Adrian in the red hat from Newmarket. But also racing well, we've got lanes 7 and 8 coming in really close. Looks like it's just going to be the red hat of Newmarket, and it is. So that is lane 5, Adrian from Newmarket in a time of 33.17. Then Finley Cherrington from Team Ipswich, and coming in third is Thomas Walker, Team Waveney. On to heat 11 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, William Jones, Team Ipswich. In 2, Isaac Robinson, Newmarket. 3 is Thomas Spellman from Stowmarket. 4 is Vaughan Ruffles Francis, Stowmarket. 5, Lewis Oliver, Newmarket. 6, Harry Alexander, Team Ipswich. 7 is Tyler Baxter from Mildenhall. And in 8, Ben Avery from St Felix. Lane 2 and 3 turning first, but this is a really close heat. It might be the black hat in lane 3, and also we've got the red hat from Newmarket. That is Lewis Oliver coming in really close, coming into the wall is actually lane 2, Isaac Robinson from Newmarket in a time of 32.98, followed by Vaughan Ruffle Francis from Stowmarket, and third Thomas Spellman, also from Stowmarket. We've got disqualification to announce. Event 703, heat 8, lane 5, technical infraction. On to heat 12 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1 is Jacob Chapman, Stowmarket. 2, Samuel Black, Stowmarket. 3, Noah Mann, Newmarket. 4, Ben Howlett, Team Ipswich. 5, Finley Blake, Team Ipswich. 6, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. 7, Benjamin Houghton, Hadley. And 8, Rufus Carr, St Felix. Turning first is lane 4. That's Ben Howlett in the blue hat of Team Ipswich. A great turn in lane 8. Looks like Ben is just ahead of the rest of the field coming into the wall, and Ben is going to take it with half a body length. So in a time of 33.6, that is Ben Howlett from Team Ipswich. Second, Finley Blake, Team Ipswich. And third, lane 6, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. On to heat 13 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, Marcus Macuso from St Felix. 2 is Ben Phillips, West Suffolk. 3, Raven Dodsworth, Newmarket. 4, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. 5, Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich. 6, Thomas Deaton, Newmarket. 7, Nathan Birkenhouse, St Felix. And 8, Joseph McGonigal, Newmarket. Lane 4 is turning first, coming into the latter part of the race, and he's got a good length or so on the rest of the field. The fight is on for second, so it is going to be lane 4 in a time of 29.33. That's Archie Chamberlain from West Suffolk. Lane 8, Joseph McGonigal from Newmarket in second, and in third place, Raven Dodsworth from Newmarket. On to heat 14 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In 1, we've got Samuel Talput, Deben. 2, Charlie Payne, Newmarket. 3, Harrison Holmes, Team Waveney. 4 is Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich. 5, Jack Pallant, Team Waveney. 6, Luca Page, West Suffolk. 7, Harvey Hall, Deben. And 8, Benjamin Taylor from Leiston. Turning together are lanes 3 and 6. And actually, great turn from lane 7, who's just sneaked ahead, but this is all about the middle lanes. So 5, 6 and 7, who's going to get this? It is lane 5, Jack Pallant in a team time of 29.18. Second is Luca Page in lane 6 from West Suffolk, and 7 coming in is Harvey Hall in third from Deben. On to heat 15 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1 is Job Carr from St Felix. 2, James Clay, Stowmarket. 3, Jakes Thomas, Mansfield, West Suffolk. 4, Miles Turner, West Suffolk. 5, Robbie Brindley, West Suffolk. 6, Cornelius Verdonk, Newmarket. 7, Lloyd Batterson, Team Waveney. And an 8, Joe Flowers, St Felix. Lane 5 turning first. That's Robbie Brindley from West Suffolk. But really close in the middle lane. So it is 4, 5 and 6. And 3 as well. Anybody's game. It is lane 4 that's first. That's Miles Turner from West Suffolk in a time of 28.07, followed by Jake Thomas, Mansfield, West Suffolk, and lane 5, Robbie Brindley, also West Suffolk. On to heat 16 of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, Troy Douglas Callow, Team Waveney. In 3, Thomas Boyt, Felixstowe. 4, Matthew Baker, West Suffolk. 5, William Ellard, St Felix. 6, Ashton Redhead, Team Ipswich. 7, Matthew Brown, Stowmarket. And in 8, Alex Hurrup, Team Ipswich. It's Matthew Baker in 4 who's turning first after the first length. And he comes out in front of the other swimmers. So it is Matthew who is setting the pace, and next to him, William Ellard chasing him down, and also Ashton Redhead. So in first place, lane 4, Matthew Baker from West Suffolk in a time of 27.58, followed by William Ellard, St Felix, and Ashton Redhead, Team Ipswich. So we are on to heat 17, which is the final heat of the boys' 50-metre backstroke. In lane 1, we've got Jack Osborne from Deben. 2 is Edward Meehan from West Suffolk. 3, Lewis Chapman, Stowmarket. 4, Marin de Villiard, St Felix. Lane 6 is Joseph Kenny, St Felix. And in lane 8, Michael Connick from Deben. Lane 4 is turning first. That's Marin, who comes out underwater with a great lead. Good body length ahead of the rest. So the fight is going to be for second place. But it is Marin from lane 4 in a time of 25.92, followed by Michael Connick out in lane 8. Second and third place, Lewis Chapman from Stowmarket.
He is the French national champion. So we are going to move on to event 704, the girls 12 years and over 400 metre IM, and start with heat number 1. It's over to you, referee. And away we go with heat number 1 of the girls 12 years and over 400 metre individual medley. In lane number 1, we've got Ella Deaton from Newmarket. In lane number 2, it's Erin Danis from Stowmarket. Lane 3 is Francesca Barber from Stowmarket. In lane number 4, it's Gracie Brinkley from West Suffolk. In lane number 5, it's May Richardson from Stowmarket. In lane number 6, Florence Talbot from Newmarket. And in lane number 7, it's Grace Robinson from St Felix. Some strong fly out there in lane number 7 from the St Felix swimmer, Grace Robinson. Grace comes into this heat with a entry time of 6 minutes and 24. And she moves into the backstroke just ahead of Grace in lane number 4 from West Suffolk. Grace comes in with an entry time of 5:58, so the quickest entry time into the heat. But at the moment, it's the St Felix swimmer, Grace Robinson, out in lane at number 7. But a nice turn there from Gracie Binkley from West Suffolk. We've got May Richardson from Stowmarket in lane number 5, sitting next to Florence Talbot from Newmarket. Those two swimmers swimming in unison currently. And they'll be looking to make inroads into Gracie's second place position at the moment. But it's still Gracie turning in second place behind the St Felix swimmer in lane 7, Grace Robinson. As they all enter the important breaststroke. Great breaststroke there from May and Florence, still swimming head to head in joint third place, just behind Gracie from West Suffolk in lane at number 4. But it's the St Felix swimmer, Gracie Robinson, looking really strong out there in lane number 7. Still pushing hard with her breaststroke. May and Florence, the Stowmarket and Newmarket swimmer, still swimming head to head in second place behind Gracie Brinkley from West Suffolk in second, but out there on her own at the moment in lane number 7, Grace Robinson from St Felix, very much on course to push her entry time of 6:24. And a little breakaway there in lane number 6 from Florence Talbot. She's looking to make that third place position her own. In second place, Gracie Brinkley, looking to extend the gap between her and third place as she comes into her freestyle legs. May Richardson in lane number 5, looking to claw some of the gap back against Florence in lane 6. And out there, Gracie Brinkley from West Suffolk, still in that second place position, looking really strong through the freestyle legs. But it's Gracie Robinson out in lane number 7 from St Felix, who's going to bring this home hard, really kicking strong in these final peaks of the girls' 400 individual medley. She's spotting her finish. She's absolutely smashed her entry time of 6:24 and comes in to take first place in a time of 5 minutes 40. And into second place comes the West Suffolk swimmer, Gracie Brinkley in lane number 4, beating her PB with a time of 5:53. And in third place was Florence Talbot from Newmarket. Again, all with a massive PB. Only one swimmer entering this in the 5 minutes, but 4 of them finishing with a time in the 5 minutes. So some fantastic PBs there. And seeing us home there in lane number 2, Erin Danes from Stowmarket. Great heat, girls, great racing. As we seamlessly head off to heat number 2, it's over to you, referee. So underway in heat number 2. In lane at number 1, it's Kira Broad from West Suffolk. In lane at number 2, it's Casey Stebbings from Stowmarket. Lane number 3 is Eloise Perry from West Suffolk. Lane 4 is Emily Cutting from West Suffolk. Lane 5 is Rebecca Brown from Stowmarket. And in lane number 6, Elizabeth Wright from West Suffolk. Lane 7, Bethany Crawley from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 8, it's Amelia Saunders from Leiston. And the West Suffolk swimmers in 3 and 4 after the first 50 metres of fly look to be swimming well. But out there in lane 8, Amelia Saunders from Leiston. Looks like she's going to turn first as she looks to complete her fly leg of this girls' 400-metre individual medley. Here in lane number 3, it's Eloise Perry from West Suffolk. She's going to come back in first now and turn first in lane number 3. Into the backstroke leg she goes. Being pursued there by Emily Cutting, also West Suffolk, in lane at number 4. And Rebecca Brown from Stowmarket in lane number 5. But so out there, Amelia Saunders from Leiston with a great first 25 metres of backstroke, trying to bring herself back into contention, but just ahead at the moment. In lane number 3, Eloise Perry from Amelia Cutting. It's lane number 4, Emily Cutting turning first into her second 50 metres of backstroke. Just on her shoulder, Eloise Perry from West Suffolk in lane number 3. Not letting Emily Cutting steal a march over this backstroke leg as she turns first, quickly followed by Eloise Perry in West Suffolk in lane number 3. There's a great turn there from Emily Cutting in lane 4, stretching that lead out as she comes in to turn first as she extends her lead slightly into the breaststroke. Emily Cutting in lane number 4, the West Suffolk swimmer, being pushed hard by Eloise Perry from West Suffolk in lane number 3 and Amelia Saunders in lane at number 8. But Eloise Perry in lane number 3 looks to have extended her lead with a really strong piece of breaststroke swimming. Eloise Perry in lane number 3, turning first, just ahead of lane 8, Amelia Saunders from Leiston. But Emily Cutting looking strong for West Suffolk in lane number 4. It is Emily still turning first into her freestyle. Who's going to be hunting this second place. Out there in lane number 8, Amelia Saunders from Leyson turning just ahead of lane 5, Rebecca Brown from Stowmarket. But it's still Emily Cutting out by herself at the moment. A chase on for second here. Up there in lane 7, Bethany Crawley really starting to make a move. Hunting down swimmers in lane 5 and lane 8. But it's all about Emily Cutting coming in for the time of 5:31. She'll be looking to take that down. Working really hard here. She's going to turn for home first ahead of Rebecca Brown in lane number 5 and the swimmers Amelia Saunders in lane number 8. And they are starting to catch. She's starting to tie ever so slightly as Emily Cutting. She's worked so hard throughout this race. She is going to take it in lane number 4 in a time of 5:31. She takes it ahead of lane 5, Rebecca Brown, who's just ahead of Amelia Saunders in lane number 8. Bringing us home is Katie Stebbings from Stowmarket in lane number 2 to complete the heat. Great racing, girls. That completes heat number 2. So, please put your hands together for our final heat of the girls' 400-metre individual medley. In lane number 1, it's Lily Beamer from Deben. In lane number 2, it's Charlotte Sanford from St Felix. In lane number 3, it's Maddie Latimer Hicks from St Felix. In lane number 4, it's Natalie Sanford from St Felix. In lane number 5, Matilda Bogle from Team Ipswich. In lane number 6, it's Sophie Dowding from Team Ipswich. In lane number 7, Isabel Barber from Stowmarket. And in lane number 8, it's Romley Marks from Newmarket. So as we get underway with our final heat number 3 of the girls' 400-metre individual medley, just a reminder that the boys' 50-metre backstroke finalists are up on the walls, and you need to withdraw any swimmers by 11:35. So on paper here, it's lane number 4, Natalie Sanford, who enters this final with the quickest entry time. She's the only swimmer to enter with a 4-minute time. She comes in with a 4:56. But she will be tracked all the way over this fly leg by Matilda Bogle from Ipswich, who comes in as the second fastest swimmer into this final heat with a 5-minute 1 second entry time, and she's going to take this in lane at number 5. She's just ahead of the St Felix swimmer in lane number 4. There's not much to choose between them, but Matilda Bogle just stealing a slight march on Natalie Sanford from St Felix in lane number 4. A great first 25 of backstroke from Maddie Latimer Hicks in lane 3, also from St Felix. But it's Matilda Bogle looking to make an impression over this backstroke leg. And you've got to say she has a very smooth stroke from Matilda there as she comes in for her turn. For her second 50 metres of backstroke, followed in hot pursuit by Natalie Sanford in lane number 4 from St Felix. But it's Maddie Latimer Hicks there in lane number 3, just starting to make a bit of a move on her teammate in lane number 4, but it's Natalie Sanford turning just ahead of Maddie Latimer Hicks, but it's Matilda Bogle out there by herself, putting some clear distance between her and the St Felix swimmers in lanes number 3 and 4. Matilda Bogle turns in lane number 5 into the breaststroke leg. She's on the march here, as is Maddie Latimer Hicks, turning just ahead of her teammate in lane number 4, Natalie Sanford. Maddie Latimer Hicks trying to chase down the Ipswich swimmer, Matilda Bogle, out there in lane number 5, and she looks like Natalie Sanford just started to make inroads there on Matilda Bogle, but a smooth turn there from Matilda Bogle keeps that distance between her and Natalie Sanford. Maddie Latimer Hicks just fading slightly on the breaststroke leg next to her teammate Natalie Sanford, but Matilda Bogle out there in lane number 5 turns for her second 50 metres of breaststroke. But a great turn there from Natalie Sanford. Is starting to eat into this lead from Matilda Bogle, and if she can bring this back to striking distance, it's going to make the last 100 metres of freestyle very, very interesting. Matilda Bogle working so hard out there in lane number 5 to keep that distance from Natalie Sanford. Maddie Latimer Hicks just fading slightly over this breaststroke. It is now being caught by another St Felix swimmer in lane number 2 by Charlotte Sanford. She's trying to make inroads to Maddie Latimer Hicks, but Matilda Bogle still out there in lane number 5. She's going to turn, and she turns hard into her freestyle for 100 metres of freestyle. What can Natalie Sanford do here from lane number 4? It's a real what have they got left situation here. Matilda Bogle keeping that distance. Maddie Latimer Hicks from St Felix in lane number 3 in 3rd position at the moment, just ahead of her teammate Charlotte Sanford, the sister of Natalie Sanford, in lane number 2, but Matilda Bogle seems to have stretched that lead straight back out again after the breaststroke, looking really good. She's going to turn for her final 50 ahead of the St Felix swimmer, and it would take something remarkable to claim this back at this stage. Matilda Bogle looking really, really strong out there in lane number 5. Maddie Latimer Hicks now looking to come back at Natalie Sanford. Maddie Latimer Hicks in lane number 3, looking to come back at Natalie Sanford out there in lane number 4, the 2 St Felix swimmers. Maddie Latimer Hicks has pulled away there from Charlotte Sanford in lane number 2, but it's Matilda Bogle. She's going to enter the red zone first. She spotted her finish, takes this in a time of 5:02. Fantastic bits of racing. It's all about second place here. Natalie Sanford looks like she's going to hold off, fighting off the attack from Maddie Latimer Hicks in lane number 3. It is Maddie Latimer Hicks in lane number 3. But I'm not sure if the scoreboards work there. It looked like Natalie Sanford in lane 4 who took that ahead of Maddie Latimer Hicks in lane number 3. Bringing us home here, Lily Beamer from Deben, lane number 1. But a fantastic piece of racing, girls. And that completes event the girls' 400-metre individual medley. So just a reminder that the boys 50-metre backstroke finalists are up on the wall. Any withdrawals need to be in by 11:35, and just a disqualification for event 704, heat number 2, lane number 3 for a technical infraction.
We are on to event 706, which is the boys 10 and over 200 metre IM. This will be swum in 6 heats, and this is the first heat. In lane 1, we have Heath Harrison from Stowmarket. In 2 is Jake Battle from Stowmarket. In 3, Tom Phillips from West Suffolk. In 4, Orlando Whiting, St Felix. In 5, Aidan Scott, St Felix. In 6, Toby Glenister, St Felix. In 7, Rex Harrison from Stowmarket. And in lane 8, Dylan Lamble, also from Stowmarket. So coming into the second half of their fly, we have got lane 6 just out ahead of lanes 4 and 5. So in lane 6, Toby Glenister from St Felix, he turns first. And then we've got Orlando Whiting, also from St Felix, turning second into the backstroke leg. So fairly even at this early stage. Looks to be lane 4 and 6, but having a good backstroke leg is lane 2. That's Jake Battle from Stowmarket. So lane 4 and 6 just extending their lead over the rest of the field. Both neck and neck between Toby and Orlando as they come into turn at the halfway mark. And it is just lane 4. That's Orlando turning first as they go into the breaststroke leg. So all can change. So out in lane 4, Orlando, followed by Toby. And we've got 3 swimmers bringing up third place. So that is Jake in 2, Tom in 3, and having a great breaststroke leg out in lane 5 is Aidan Scott. Still Orlando out in front. He's going to turn first into his final 50. But neck and neck for second place between Aidan and Toby. 3 St Felix swimmers out in front of the rest of the field. And Orlando has extended his lead over his teammates. So the race is on. So coming into his final turn, Orlando, who's led from the beginning, followed by Aidan Scott and Toby Glenister. All about the St Felix swimmers in this race, and there's a real battle going on for second place. Looks like Orlando is going to come in, and he does in lane 4 in a time of 2:56.75. That's a great PB. And in second place, it's Toby Glenister just ahead of his teammate Aidan Scott. Great swimming, boys. we have a disqualification to announce, which is event 704, heat 3, lane 6, and event 704, heat 3 and lane 2 for a technical infraction. We are on to heat 2 of the boys 200 metre IM. In lane 1, we have Alexander Gaydon from Team Ipswich. In lane 3, William Jones, Team Ipswich. In 4, Charlie Ruddle, Team Ipswich. In 5, Will Riley, Team Ipswich. In 6, Evan Aldridge, St Felix. In 7, Finley Blagg, Stowmarket. And in lane 8, Hayden Hall from Deben. So, out in front after the first 25 of the fly is lane 6. That's Evan Aldridge from St Felixstowe. So he's going to turn after the first 50. But really close turning for second. We've got 4 swimmers going into the backstroke. So it is Evan out in front in lane 6. Lane 1, Alexander having a great backstroke leg. So it's Evan in 6 turning first. Alexander in 1 turning second, and also swimming well is William Jones in lane 3. So we've got several swimmers fighting it out for second, but out in front at the moment is Evan Aldridge as he turns at the halfway mark going into his breaststroke leg. Turning second is lane 3, that's William Jones, Team Ipswich, and beside him his teammate Charlie Ruddle. So all can change on the breaststroke. At the moment, we have got Evan in 6, but having a great breaststroke leg is Charlie Ruddle in lane 4. And he looks like he's going to come into the wall and turn first. So Evan and Charlie neck and neck on their final leg of breaststroke. And Charlie has had a great breaststroke leg. He is going to come into the wall for his final 50. So Evan turns in second place. Turning third, we have got Will Riley in 5. Followed by William Jones. So out in front on his final turn is Charlie Ruddle for Team Ipswich in the blue hat. Turning second in lane 6 is Evan Aldridge for St Felix. And turning third is the blue hat. But coming in first is Charlie Ruddle in a time of 2:43.73. Great PB for him. In second, Evan Aldridge from St Felix with another great PB. And in third place, Will Riley, also with a great PB for Team Ipswich. On to heat 3 of the boys 200 metre IM. In lane 1, we have Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk. In 2, Joseph Clark, Stowmarket. In 3, Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich. In 4, Ben Every, St Felix. 5 is Jude Gunner, St Felix. 6 is Nicholas Barber, Stowmarket. 7 is Max Nichols, Leiston. And in 8, Harvey Tyrrell, Team Wade. So coming into the wall after the first 50, we have lane 5. That is Jude Gunner from St Felix. Following him is his teammate Ben Every. So those two go into the backstroke leg, and they've got a couple of metres on the rest of the field at the moment. So those two battling it out at the front. And behind them, very evenly spread across the fields, but too early to say. So a good turn from lane 6, just stretching away a little bit. So that's Jude with the black hat of St Felix. He's going to turn first at the halfway mark, followed by Ben in lane 4 as they go into their breaststroke. And turning third is lane 6. That's Nicholas Barber from Stowmarket. So Jude and Ben, nothing to really choose between them at the moment. So we've got some disqualifications to announce. Event 706, Heat 1, Lane 4, and 706, Heat 1, Lane 7 for a technical infraction. So back to the racing. Jude has just stretched his lead a little bit over his teammate Ben. And it is Jude who touches first, turning into the last 50, followed by Ben, and extending his lead in lane 6 is Nicholas Barber from Stowmarket. Got another disqualification to announce, 706, Heat 1, Lane 3. So turning for the final time is Jude, who's led from the beginning. And he's stretched out a little bit ahead of his teammate, and it is going to be Jude in lane 5 in a time of 2:32:09. Great PB from him. And in second place, lane 4, Ben Every from St Felix with another PB, and in third place, Nicholas Barber, lane 6 from Stowmarket. We're on to Heat 4 of the boys 200 IM. In lane 2, we have Thomas Spellman from Stowmarket. In 3 is Ben Howlett, Team Ipswich. In 4, Connor Houston, Deben. In 5, Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich. In 6, Thomas Deaton from Newmarket. 7 is Charlie McKinnon, St Felix. And in lane 8, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. So just out in front by a body length at the moment for the first stroke is lane 4. That is Connor Houston from Deben. He turns first into the backstroke leg. Just behind him is Ben Howlett with the blue hat of Team Ipswich, and in third place at the moment, Oscar Winterburn. So Ben having a great first backstroke leg. They turn together, lanes 4 and 5. Connor just stretching away after the turn. And out in lane 8, we've got the green hat of Daniel Turner, who's having a really good backstroke leg, but it is going to be Connor from Deben who turns first into the breaststroke. We've got Ben right on his shoulder, so these two leading the rest of the field at the moment, and there's nothing between the other lanes behind them. And it is Ben who just pulls away and comes in to the wall first. They both turn together. And Connor just out in front. Ben hanging onto his shoulder as they come into the wall to the final 50 of free. So it is Connor who's going to turn first, followed by Ben Howlett in lane 3. And then we've got 3 swimmers fighting it out for 3rd place. So the race is on in lanes 3 and 4 between Connor Houston and Ben Howlett. So there's a big difference age-wise. Connor is 18, Ben is 15. So really strong finish from Connor. He is going to come in lane 4 in a time of 2:23.62. Ben Howlett from Team Ipswich in 2:26.51, and in 3rd place, Oscar Winterburn in lane 5, Team Ipswich. We are on to Heat 5 of the boys 200 metre IM. In lane 1, we have William Ellard from St Felix. In 2, Harrison Holmes, Team Waveney. In 3, Matthew Debenham, Team Ipswich. 4, Lewis Chapman in Stowmarket. 5 is Matthew Brown, Stowmarket. 6, Alex Harrop, Team Ipswich. And in 8, Nathan Birkenhow from St Felix. So just out in front with the first leg of fly is Lewis Chapman out in lane 4. Turning second is Matthew Debenham in lane 3 in the blue hat of Team Ipswich. And lane 1 has had a great first 50. That is William Ellard in St Felix. So we've got 2 disqualifications to announce. Event 706, Heat 2, lanes 5 and 7 for a technical infraction. So it is Lewis Chapman of Stowmarket still out in front. And in lane 1 is William Ellard, who has a great second 50. So he turns first into his breaststroke. So at the moment it is William Ellard in lane 1, St Felix. We have lane 4, which is Lewis Chapman, and he's being chased down by Matthew Debenham in lane 3. So out in front, William in 1, Lewis in 4. Real battle going on coming into the final 50. Looks like it's going to be lane 4 just in front of lane 1 that turns first into the free in the last 50. Matthew Debenham turns third. And it looks like it's going to be lane 1 who turns first. That is William Ellard, who is on a real battle going on for this first place in this heat. Looks like it might just be lane 1 coming into the wall fingertips, and it is. So that is William Ellard from St Felix in a time of 2:16.34. Lewis Chapman from Stowmarket, 2:17.47, followed by lane 3, Matthew Debenham in 2:20.87. So please welcome our swimmers to the final of the boys 200 metre IM. So in lane 3 we have Sam Perkins from Team Ipswich. In lane 4, Miles Turner, West Suffolk. In 5, Joe Cooper, Team Ipswich. In 6, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. In 7, Marin de Villiard, St Felix. And in lane 8, Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich. So up first is lane 3. Really close at the first turn. It looks like lane 7 out in front, just by a whisker. So coming into the wall, too close to call in the middle lanes at the moment. It is lane 7 that turns first. That is Marin from St Felix. But going into the backstroke leg, it is lane 4, just taking a little lead away from the rest of the field. And lane 7 has had a great turn. So out in front at the moment we have Marin in lane 7, followed by Miles Turner. They turn together into the breaststroke leg. And it is Joe Cooper that is in third with a blue hat. But out in front, lane 4, Miles Turner from West Suffolk. And coming in is lane 3, that's Sam Perkins from Team Ipswich. So he's really chasing the other two swimmers, Joe Cooper in 5 and Marin in 7. But out in front at the moment is Miles Turner. He comes into the wall for his final 50. Joe Cooper is now in second place, so he is chasing and turning third, Marin in lane 7. So Miles Turner turning for the last time to go home. Joe Cooper is going to turn second for Team Ipswich. And Marin in lane 7. It looks like it's going to be Miles Turner. He's got quite a bit of distance between him, and he comes home from lane 4, West Suffolk, in a time of 2:06.32. In second place, Joe Cooper, Team Ipswich, and in third place, Marin de Villiers, St Felix. Swimmers and coaches, the finals will be starting at 12 noon. Okay, we are ready to kickstart the finals of event 707. So this is the boys 10 and 11 100 metre butterfly. So in lane 3, put your hands together, we have Dylan Lamble from Stowmarket. In lane 4, Jake Battle, Stowmarket. In lane 5, Jacob Wild, Newmarket. So they are off. So it is lane 4, Jake Battle from Stowmarket, who takes an early lead. And he's going to turn first at the first 25. It is Jacob turning second in the red hat of Newmarket, followed closely by Dylan Lamble. So going into the final, it was Jake in lane 4 who was fastest in his heat. And he's going to come and turn at the halfway mark first, followed by Jacob in the red hat of Newmarket. And Dylan just coming into turn at the halfway mark. So with a good lead now is Jake Battle in lane 4, really dominating this race. It's Jacob Wild turning for his last 25, but it is going to be Jake in lane 4, having led all the way to come in for first place with another great time in 1:28.20. And touching second in lane 5, that's Jacob Wild from Newmarket. And Dylan coming in. Great race, boys. So we are on to event 708, the boys 12-year 100 metre butterfly final. So in lane 3, we have Oliver Butt from Deben. In lane 4, Alexander Gaydon, Team Ipswich. In lane 5, Orlando Whiting, St Felix. So, very even at the moment. We've got the blue hat in the middle, just taking an early lead coming into that first turn. Great first 25 metres from Alexander from Team Ipswich. Had a great turn in lane 5 from Orlando Whiting. So it's Alexander, he's now a body length ahead of Orlando. He's going to come in and turn at the halfway mark first. Then it's going to be Orlando from St Felix second. And Oliver's coming into turn from Deben third. So Alexander has just stretched out his lead. He's now well clear of the rest of the field. And he's going to come in and turn for the last time before he heads home. Turning second is Orlando, followed by Oliver. But a really strong swim from Alexander in the blue hat of Team Ipswich. Really stretching away from the field and finishing strongly. And that is Alexander Gaydon with a team of 1:25.48, finishing first from Team Ipswich. And it's lane 5, that's Orlando Whiting from St Felix in 1:36.54, and followed by Oliver Butt in 1:40.48. We are on to event 709, the boys' 13-year-old 100-metre butterfly final. So in lane 2, we have Toby Glenister, St Felix. In lane 3, Will Riley, Team Ipswich. In lane 4, Jude Gunner, St Felix. In lane 5, Samuel Chamberlain, West Suffolk. In 6, Finley Blagg, Stowmarket. In 7, Aidan Scott, St Felix. So coming up first is lane 4. And it is lane 3 and 4 that look to be ahead of the field. So that is Jude in lane 4 and Will Riley in 3. So turning first is Jude Gunner from St Felix out in lane 4. And he's pulled ahead of the field, coming into the halfway mark now. But in second we have Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk. He's going to turn second, and then there's a real battle going on for third place with Will Riley in lane 3 and Finley Blagg of Stowmarket. But out in front, leading the field, is Jude Gunner out in the centre. Second place is Samuel Chamberlain from West Suffolk, but fighting in lane 3 is Will Riley. And it's going to be those two battling it out for second and third. So Jude Gunner from St Felix is going to come in to take this final in a time of 1:07.74. And coming in to take second place, lane 5, Samuel Chamberlain of West Suffolk, and third is Will Riley, Team Ipswich. We have a disqualification to announce, event 707, heat 1, lane 5, for a technical infraction. So we are on to event 710, which is the boys' 14-year-old 100-metre butterfly final. So in lane 1, we have Evan Aldridge from St Felix. In lane 2, we have Harry Alexander, Team Ipswich. In lane 3, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. In lane 4, Alex Harrop, Team Ipswich. In lane 5, Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich. In lane 6, Ben Every, St Felix. In lane 7, Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich. In lane 8, Jack Biddle, Team Waveney. So, starting strongly, it looks like the blue hat of Alex Hurrup in lane 4. He's going to turn first, but very closely followed by lanes 2 and 3. That's Harry Alexander and Daniel Turner from Team Waveney, but it is Alex Hurrup who has a small lead coming into the halfway mark in the centre. He's going to turn first, followed by Oscar Winterburn in lane 5. The two blue hats out in the centre. And there's a battle going on for third in second and third lanes, Harry and Daniel. But out in front at the moment is still Alex Hurrup in lane 4. But he is being chased down by Oscar Winterburn, also from Team Ipswich. And they are neck and neck at the moment. So these two clear of the field, but it looks like it's going to be Alex Hurrup just pulling away from Oscar outside him. And it is lane 4, Alex Hurrup, Team Ipswich, in a time of 1:05.98, followed by his teammate Oscar Winterburn, and in third place Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. So we are on to event 7:11, the boys' 15-year-old 100-metre butterfly final. So please welcome your finalists. In lane 1, we have Thomas Walker, Team Waveney. In 2, Noah Mann, Newmarket. In 3, Nathan Birkenhow from St Felix. In 4, Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich. In 5, Jack Osborne, Deeburn. In 6, Charlie Payne from Newmarket. In 7, Samuel Black from Stowmarket. And in 8, Sam Everett, Newmarket. So coming up early is lane 1, that's Thomas Walker in the green hat of Team Waveney. And really close coming into the wall for the first turn, not much to choose between them. But it is lane 5 who has got a little bit of distance between him and the rest of the field. That's Jack Osborne from Deeburn. Behind him is Patch Robinson from Team Ipswich. These two clear of the field by about a metre or so. And in third place we've got lane 3, that's Nathan from St Felix, but it is Patch who's had a great third leg. He pulled slightly ahead of Jack Osborne, and it is going to be Patch who turns first for the last 25. These two neck and neck coming into the wall. Patch just slightly ahead of Jack at the moment, and it looks like Patch is going to hold on to take this final, and he does. Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich, in a time of 1:03.48. Jack Osborne second from Deeburn, and Nathan Birkenhow from St Felix third. So we are on to event 7:12, the boys' 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly final. So put your hands together for our swimmers. In lane 1, we have Finley Blake from Team Ipswich. In 2, Luca Page, West Suffolk. In 3, William Ellard, St Felix. In 4, Matthew Baker, West Suffolk. In 5, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. In 6, Dan Clayton, Team Ipswich. In 7, August Stevens, Newmarket. And in 8, Samuel Tolput, Deeburn. So it's lane 5 who comes up first. man coming into the first turn. It looks like lanes 3 and 4 are going to turn slightly ahead of the rest of the field. And it is lane 4 that is out in front coming into the halfway mark, but very close going into the wall. So it is Matthew Baker who turns first, followed by Archie Chamberlain and William Ellard. And a great turn from lane 3, that is William Ellard, just ahead of Matthew Baker as they come into the final turn. It is going to be lane 3 that turns first. But a great turn from lane 4, really close coming into the final few metres. It looks like it's going to be lane 4, which is Matthew Baker in lane 4 from West Suffolk in a time of 57.66 ahead of William Ellard, St Felix, and then Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. So we are on to event 7:13, the boys 17 and over 100 metre butterfly final. Put your hands together for, in lane 1, Marin de Villiard, St Felix. In lane 2, Miles Turner, West Suffolk. In 3, Thomas Page, West Suffolk. In 4, Jake Thomas Mansfield, West Suffolk. In 5, Elliot Cook, Team Ipswich. In 6, Jack Pallant, Team Waveney. In 7, Thomas Boyd from Felixstowe. And in 8, Joseph Kenny, St Felix. So coming up first is lane 3. And it's lane 3, starts strongly and touches the wall to turn first after the first 25. Now, this is a really even final. Those swimmers in the middle, really hard to call who's going to turn first. Looks like it might be lane 4. It is. Lane 4 is Jake, closely followed by Thomas Page. Really close coming into the final turn. Looks like the race is between lanes 3 and 4. That is Thomas and Jake as they turn for the final time. So it is lane 4, Jake at the moment, closely followed by the swimmers either side, Elliot Cook and Thomas Page. It is going to be lane 4, Jake Thomas Mansfield from West Suffolk in a time of 57.15, followed by Thomas Page, West Suffolk, and Elliot Cook, Team Ipswich.
So just a quick disqualification report. Event 7:10, lane number 1 for a technical infraction. And we will now move on to event 7:14, the girls 10 and 11 years old at a 50 metre breaststroke final. So please, put your hands together for in lane number 1, it's India Clement from West Suffolk. In lane number 2, Isla Coakley from Team Ipswich. In lane number 3, it's Casey Hopwell Campion from Newmarket. In lane number 4, Nina Allen from Newmarket. In lane number 5, Amelia Garland from Team Ipswich. In lane number 6, it's Izzy Gebhard from Team Ipswich. In lane number 7, it's Maylie Jacket from Felixstowe. And in lane number 8, Annabelle Wan from Felixstowe. So away we go with our first final for the girls' 50-metre breaststroke. Coming in quickest in lane number 4 from the heats is Nina Allen from Newmarket with a time of 45.04. So the only swimmer to come into this final with a 45. And it is Nina from Newmarket in lane number 4 and Amelia in lane number 5. It's those two looking to take this on a touch into the red zone. It is Nina Allen from Newmarket who takes that in a time of 44.37. Great racing, girls. So we move on to the girls' 12 years 50-metre breaststroke final. So keep putting those hands together. 4 in lane number 1, it's Felicity Morris from Leiston. In lane number 2, it's Samantha Martellino from Newmarket. In lane number 3, Lily Steele from Team Ipswich. In lane number 4, Erin Barber from Newmarket. In lane number 5, Grace Mutton from Team Ipswich. In lane number 6, Nicole Pidelti from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 7, it's Evie Sinclair from Deben. In lane number 8, it's Charlotte Catchpole from Leiston. So away we are with the girls' 12 years 50-metre breaststroke final, qualifying quickest into this final in lane number 4, Erin Barber from Newmarket, qualifying with a time of just over 40 seconds. She will be the one to beat in this final, and she leads after the first 25 metres just from Grace Mutton, the Team Ipswich swimmer, in lane number 5. Who is just ahead of Nicole Pidelti, also from Team Ipswich over there in lane number 6. But it's Erin Barber in lane number 4 looking really strong into the red zone. She's going to touch first in a time of 39.44. And she takes the girls' 12 years 50-metre breaststroke final. Great racing, girls. And we will go straight off to the girls' 13 years 50-metre breaststroke final. Putting our hands together for in lane and number 1, it's Francesca Barber from Stowmarket. And in lane and number 2, it's Grace Robinson from St Felix. In lane number 3, it's Rose Romanis from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 4, Clementine Lovell from Team Ipswich. In lane number 5, it's Amelia Johnson from St Felix. In lane number 6, Chloe Knight from Hadley. In lane number 7, Ella Deaton from Newmarket. And in lane number 8, Evie Howlett from Team Waveney. And away we go with the 13-year-old girls 50-metre breaststroke final, qualifying quickest into this is the Team Ipswich swimmer in lane number 4, Clementine Lovell, coming in a time of 37.96 from the heats. Looking for something there or thereabouts in this final to take it. At the moment, it's lane number 3, Rosie Romanis, also from Team Ipswich. Clementine Lovell in lane number 4, and Amelia Johnson from St Felix, all in this race as they come into the red zone. This is on the touch. It is lane number 4, Clementine Lovell from Team Ipswich, taking that in a time of 37.75. Great racing, girls. And we go off to the girls of 14 years, 50-metre breaststroke final. Keep putting those hands together. For in lane number 1, it's Kira Broad from West Suffolk. In lane number 2, it's Lottie Hitchcock from Team Ipswich. In lane number 3, it's Adrija Regenti from Newmarket. In lane number 4, Evie Armstrong from Team Ipswich. In lane number 5, it's Annabelle Nicholas from Leiston. In lane number 6, Bethany Crawley from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 7, Holly Ridgeon from Leiston. And in lane number 8, Amelia Saunders from Leiston. And away we go with the girls 14 years, 50-metre breaststroke final. Qualifying quickest in this final is in lane number 4, Evie Armstrong, the Team Ipswich swimmer, qualifying with a time of 37.63, and she turns just ahead of the chasing pack. A great turn there in lane number 4 from Evie Armstrong. The Team Ipswich swimmer looking really, really strong over this final 25, looking to stretch our lead. She's going to be the first into the red zone and looking to spot her finish to take this final in lane number 4, Evie Armstrong, in a time of 36.76. Great swimming, girls. And we will move on to the girls 15 years, 50-metre breaststroke final. Keep putting those hands together. In lane 1, it's Katie Stebbings from Stowmarket. In lane number 2, Georgie Denham from Hadley. In lane number 3, it's Elizabeth Wright from West Suffolk. In lane number 4, it's Ellen Duffield from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 5, Charlotte Sanford from St Felix. In lane number 6, it's Gigi Gerard from Team Ipswich. In lane number 7, it's Beatrice Savansky from West Suffolk. And in lane number 8, Chloe Armstrong from Team Ipswich. And away we go with the girls, 15 years, 50-metre breaststroke final. Qualifying quickest into this in lane number 4, Ellen Duffield, the Team Ipswich swimmer, and Charlotte Sanford, the St Felix swimmer, the two qualifiers from the heats, qualifying with times in the 35 seconds. They will be the two to beat on the turn here. It is the Ipswich swimmer and the St Felix swimmer going toe-to-toe here on the way back. This is neck and neck at the moment. Both are going to look to go into the red zone exactly the right time. It's going to be on the touch. Who's going to take it? It is in lane number 4, Ellen Duffield from Team Ipswich, just ahead there of Charlotte Sanford from St Felix. Great racing, girls. And we move briskly on to the girls' 16 years, 50-metre breaststroke final. Let's keep putting those hands together. In lane number 1, it's Connie Davies from Deben. In lane number 2, it's Ellie Catchpole from Leiston. In lane number 3, Ellie Burwood from St Felix. In lane number 4, Beth Young from Team Ipswich. In lane number 5, Laura Alexandra High from Team Ipswich. In lane number 6, Elijah Britton from St Felix. In lane number 7, it's Madeline Ball from Leiston. And in lane number 8, it's Elsie Pooley from West Suffolk. And away we go with the 16-year-old girls 50-metre breaststroke final, qualifying quickest into this. In lane number 4 is the Ipswich swimmer Beth Young. She is the only one to have qualified with a time that starts with a 32 seconds, and she's going to turn first. This race could all be about second place. Beth Young looking fantastic on that turn, being chased hard also by her colleague from Ipswich in lane number 5. Laura Alexandra High, also from Team Ipswich, but Beth in lane number 4. She's going to take this in a time of 32.73. Coming in second place in lane number 5, Laura Alexandra High from Team Ipswich. Great racing, girls. And we move on to the girls at 17 years and over 50-metre breaststroke final. Let's keep those hands together. In lane number 1, it's Alice Clark from West Suffolk. In lane number 2, it's Emily Cutting from West Suffolk. In lane number 3, it's Keris Williams from West Suffolk. In lane number 4, it's Natalie Sanford from St Felix. In lane number 5, it's Kathleen McNicholas from Deben. In lane number 6, Lily Beamer from Deben. In lane number 7, we have Amber Ridgen from Leiston. And in lane number 8, Imogen Gotch from West Suffolk. And away we go with the girls 17 years and over, 50-metre breaststroke final. Qualifying quickest into this final from the heats is lane number 4, Natalie Sanford from St Felix. She'll be the one to chase down, and she's going to be the one that just turns ahead of the chasing pack here. A lovely turn there from the St Felix swimmer in lane number 4. She comes up first, but she's being hotly pursued there in lane number 5 from Kathleen from Deben. The Deben swimmers looking to push Natalie Sanford from St Felix hard, but she looks strong as she spots her touch. She's going to take this in lane number 4 in a time of 35.61. Great racing, girls.
We are on to event 721, which is the boys 10 and 11 50-metre backstroke final. So please cheer your swimmers. In lane 1, we have Jake Battle from Stowmarket. In 2, James Vellicott, Team Ipswich. In 3, Janos Sepley from Team Ipswich. In 4, James Took, Team Ipswich. In 5, Reese Watcham from St Felix. In 6, Fletcher Lay Flurry, Team Ipswich. In 7, Diggory Davis, Deeburn. And in 8, Rex Harrison from Stowmarket. So a strong start from Jake in lane 1. Looking to turn first, it looks like lanes 3, 4 and 5, really close in the middle, but lane 4, the blue hat of James Took, has got about half a metre on the swimmer to his left, that's Reese Watcham. But pulling away in the last few metres, James Took, lane 4 from Team Ipswich in a time of 37.14, followed by Reese Watcham, St Felix, and Janos Cespli from Team Ipswich in 3. So we're on to event 722, the boys' 12-year-old 50-metre backstroke. So your swimmers, in lane 1, we have Richard Level, West Suffolk. In 2, Ethan Wallace, St Felix. In 3, Attila Moses, Team Ipswich. In 4, William Jones, Team Ipswich. In 5, Orlando Whiting, St Felix. In 6, Hayden Hall, Deeburn. In 7, James Whitaker, Team Waveney. So up quickly and into their stroke. Lane 1 has had a quick start. Pulling just ahead of lane 2. Coming into turn. Really close at the halfway mark. Looks like lanes 4 and 5 are going to turn first, and they do come up in front of the rest of the field. So lanes 4, 5 and 6 really close as they come into the final few metres. It looks like it's going to be the blue hat in lane 4, which is William Jones of Team Ipswich, and it is in a time of 34.70, just ahead of Orlando Whiting from St Felix, and third is lane 6, Hayden Hall from Deeburn. So we are on to event 723, the boys' 13-year-old 50-metre backstroke. So your swimmers today are in lane 1 is Toby Glenister from St Felix. In 2 is Will Riley, Team Ipswich. In 3, Sam Jackson from Deeburn. In 4, Isaac Robinson from Newmarket. In 5, Finley Cherrington, Team Ipswich. In 6, Emil Kukan from Newmarket. In 7, Charlie Ruddle, Team Ipswich. In 8, Finley Blagg from Stowmarket. So, really even start at the beginning of the race. Looks like lane 3, Sam Jackson from Deben is going to turn first with lane 4, Isaac Robinson in the red hat of Newmarket. But a great turn from lane 4. So at the moment it looks like the red hat of Isaac Robinson just ahead of the swimmers either side, but coming into the wall really close. It is going to be Isaac Robinson from Newmarket in a time of 33.04 ahead of Sam Jackson from Deben, and in third, Finley Cherrington, Team Ipswich. We are on to event 724, the boys' 14-year-old 50-metre backstroke. Your swimmers are in lane 1, Harry Alexander, Team Ipswich. In 2, Ethan Thompson, Team Ipswich. In lane 3, Daniel Turner, Team Waveney. In 4, Alex Harrop, Team Ipswich. In 5, Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich. In 6, Rufus Carr, St Felix. In 7, Ben Every, St Felix. In 8, Jack Biddle, Team Waveney. So into their stroke really quickly is lane 2. That's Ethan Thompson, but a great start from lane 1. And coming into turn first, it's really close, but it looks like it's going to be lane 4, followed by lane 3. That is Alex Harrop and Daniel Turner, and it is the blue hat of Alex in the centre who has set the pace, and he has a good body length on the rest of the field now. So it is going to be Alex Harrop from Team Ipswich in lane 4 with a time of 30.52, followed by Daniel Turner from Team Waveney in second and Oscar Winterburn, Team Ipswich in third. We are on to event 725, the boys' 15-year-old 50-metre backstroke final. In lane 1, we have Noah Mann from Newmarket. In 2, Charlie Payne, Newmarket. In 3, Jack Osborne from Deben. In 4, Ashton Redhead, Team Ipswich. In 5, Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich. In 6, Ben Howlett, Team Ipswich. In 7, Nathan Birkenhouse, St Felix. In 8, Adrian Quecon from Newmarket. So quickly into his stroke is Patch in the centre. So a really strong start from lane 3. That is Jack Osborne, and it looks like lanes 3 and 4 are going to turn first. And it is those lanes, but it is Ashton Redhead who leads with the blue hat in lane 4, followed by Patch in 5. Really close going into second, but it is going to be Ashton in lane 4 who takes the final in a time of 28.39. Patch Robinson, Team Ipswich in second, and in third place, Jack Osborne, Deben. We are on to event 726, the boys' 16-year-old 50-metre backstroke. Your swimmers today are in lane 1, Joseph McGonigal from Newmarket. In 2, Joe Flowers, St Felix. In 3, Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk. In 4, Matthew Baker, West Suffolk. In 5, William Ellard, St Felix. In 6, Luca Page, West Suffolk. In 7, Samuel Tolpert, Deben. And in 8, Raven Dodsworth, Newmarket. So nothing to tell at the moment. Looks like a good start from lanes 3 and 4. Looks like lane 3 and 4 are going to go into the turn first. And it is lane 4 that comes up, but on his shoulder is lane 5. So we've got Matthew Baker and William Ellard in the centre battling it out. But it is going to be lane 4. That is Matthew Baker from West Suffolk with a time of 27.99 ahead of William Ellard, St Felix in second, and Archie Chamberlain, West Suffolk in third. So we are on to event 727, the boys 17 and over, 50-metre backstroke final. Your swimmers are in lane 1, Thomas Boyt from Felixstowe. In 2, Robbie Brindley, West Suffolk. In 3, Jake Thomas Mansfield, West Suffolk. In 4, Marin de Villiers, St Felix. In 5, Miles Turner, West Suffolk. In 6, Michael Connick, Deben. In 6, Cornelius Verdonk, Newmarket. In 7, Lewis Chapman from Stowmarket. So they are off, and up quickly is lane 6. But a great start from lane 2. That's Robbie Brindley. Looks like turning first. It's going to be lanes 2, 3 and 4. But coming up with a good lead in lane 4 is Marin, and it looks like he is going to take this with some clear water, and he does. That's Marin de Villiers, St Felix in a time of 26.54. Ahead of Jake Thomas Mansfield, West Suffolk, and Robbie Brindley, also West Suffolk. Felixstowe on 68 points. We have Hadley on 110. So we have Leiston on 183. Team Waveney 218. Deben is on 400. Stowmarket 498. Newmarket 663. West Suffolk 942. St Felix on 1,150 and Team Ipswich 2,129.